They let him walk straight into it. Braun Breaker, the man, the monster, the leader of the Vision and the centerpiece of everything Paul Heyman had been building, walked down the ramp in Riyadh with complete confidence. Thousands of fans were inside the arena and millions were watching around the world. This was supposed to be Braun Breaker's night, the moment where he dominated the Royal Rumble and stamped his name on WrestleMania season. But before he could even touch the ring, before his Royal Rumble officially began, everything collapsed. Out of nowhere, chaos erupted. A masked figure exploded from the shadows and blindsided Braun Breaker. There was no warning and no hesitation, only violence, a curb stomp on the floor, cold, calculated, and brutal. The impact echoed through the arena as one of WWE's most dominant forces was laid out. Before the match had even started, he was rolled into the ring like he was nothing, and within seconds Obafemi tossed him over the top rope. Just like that, Braun Breaker was gone, eliminated before his Royal Rumble even truly began. A man expected to run through the match taken out in seconds. That alone shocked the WWE Universe. But what followed sent fans into complete meltdown. Paul Heyman was standing right there at ringside. He saw everything. He watched his guy, the man he built the Vision around, get dismantled in front of his eyes. Cameras caught Heyman screaming in anger and desperation, and he wasn't yelling at officials. He was screaming one name: Seth Rollins, the same Seth Rollins he once trusted, the same Seth Rollins he once built an empire with, the same Seth Rollins who was supposed to be thousands of miles away at home recovering from surgery. After the show ended, the situation only became more explosive. Triple H stepped in front of the cameras for the post-show press conference. When asked about the masked attacker, he had every chance to shut the rumors down, to deny the speculation and protect the story. Instead, he leaned into it. He looked straight into the camera and said he didn't want to make any accusations. But that was a pretty clean curb stomp. When reporters pressed him further and said it looked like someone who had done it before, Triple H responded with just 4 words that changed everything. At least one. At least one. With that statement, Triple H practically confirmed what everyone was already thinking. The WWE Universe exploded, because if this really was Seth Rollins, then everything fans thought they knew about the Vision, about WrestleMania 42, and about the future of WWE had just been flipped upside down. This was no longer just a Royal Rumble moment. This was a turning point. This all went down on Saturday night, January 31st, during the first Royal Rumble ever held outside North America, live from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It was meant to be a historic celebration of WWE's global reach, and it was historic, just not in the way anyone expected. Obafemi entered first as number 1, the former NXT World Champion, stepping into the ring focused and ready to prove he belonged on the biggest stage. Then the countdown hit 0 for entrant number 2, and everyone knew who it was going to be. Braun Breaker, the leader of the division and Paul Heyman's chosen one, began his walk to the ring believing the night belonged to him. That belief shattered when a masked man in a black hoodie, face completely covered, attacked him from behind. This was not a random ambush. This was precise and deliberate. Breaker was thrown into the steel steps, kicked while he was down, and then hit with a curb stomp right there on the floor in full view of everyone. He was rolled into the ring, barely able to stand, and Obafemi eliminated him immediately. That curb stomp is not just any move. It is Seth Rollins' signature finishing move, the move that has defined his career. You do not accidentally use it, and you do not casually pull it out during a Royal Rumble attack. When someone uses that move, they want the entire world to know exactly who they are. The gear added another layer to the mystery, because the attacker wore the same black hooded outfit previously used by Austin Theory when he was operating as a secret agent inside the Vision. Same hoodie, same look, same presentation, but Austin Theory was already in the Royal Rumble match. He entered later as an official participant, was on camera, and wrestled in the ring. That ruled him out completely. So if it wasn't Theory, who attacked Braun Breaker before the match even started? That question led directly back to Seth Rollins. In the weeks leading up to the Royal Rumble, Rollins went out of his way to make sure everyone knew he would not be in Saudi Arabia. He did interviews, talked about staying home with his daughter, about dance classes, gymnastics, and solo dad life. He made it very clear that he wasn't going. But that raised an important question. Why would someone who truly wasn't involved feel the need to convince the world so aggressively? especially when Seth Rollins has a long history of fake injury angles, including faking a knee injury the year before and fooling everyone. When Rollins insists he isn't there, an unmasked man appears using his finishing move, the dots become impossible to ignore. To understand why this attack matters so much, you have to go back to October 2025. At that time, Seth Rollins was World Heavyweight Champion, the leader of the Vision, and the centerpiece of WWE programming. Then, at Crown Jewel, during his match with Cody Rhodes, Rollins suffered a legitimate shoulder injury that required surgery. He was stripped of the championship, and the moment he became vulnerable, the Vision turned on him. Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, and Paul Heyman took the empire Rollins built and erased him from it completely. Rollins was left with no title, no faction, and no support, just a sling and a recovery timeline. Months later, the man who replaced him as leader was destroyed before his Royal Rumble even began, using Rollins' signature move. While Heyman pointed the finger and Triple H all but confirmed it,